Outside of one named storm system this year, the tropics and the western Pacific have been relatively quiet, and it still is pretty much that case as we head into now the second week of June. But I do want to note there is an area out here. It's not quite a low pressure, kind of more of a trough located just around Palau that some numerical guidance is picking up on the potential for development. So that's what I want to talk about out here today. First and foremost, though, whenever we talk about a area that could show the signs of development because models are hinting at it, you have to keep in mind that the initialization is pretty rough. I mean, look at this satellite imagery right here. Can you tell me where the low-level center is just based on this? Because I cannot. Maybe somewhere around here. I mean, it's just completely and utterly disorganized. Is bringing some showers across parts of Palau, even over there towards Yap as well. But thing to note, then, when you take a look at local weather observations, this is winds are variable at 5 knots there on Yap. Palau, 0,000 knots. What does that mean? Well, pretty much the wind is non-existent. When you look at something like this from Windy, you have to realize this is numerical model based, but reality, much of this area, the wind is extremely light, and thus low-level center really hard to pinpoint. Now, with that said, this is the Philippine Sea. We have convection in the air. Thus, even with these limited factors, convection, warm sea surface temperatures, but lacking a low-level center of circulation, we have to look at that chance of tropical development. And guess what, my friends? The GFS actually picking up on some sort of development. Just on the latest run, actually the 6Z, and now I'm taking a look at the 12Z here. This run is currently coming out as I'm making this overnight from Sunday heading into Monday morning Philippine time, and this does show a low developing just off the east coast of Luzon before pulling off there towards the north and west across northern Luzon and eventually out there towards Hong Kong as well. So kind of taking a track somewhat like this. Like I said though, this is just really depends on what their low-level center will develop, if it does develop at all, and the overall background flow. Basically just means remembering that you have the Westpac High in here, and that Westpac High ridge standing off here towards the west, and that rainy season front right in here. So anything that develops in here is going to want to run around that Westpac High and eventually turn towards the north, being picked up by the rainy season. So all these ebbs and flows kind of flow together with this, but where exactly it would go is still up for question. But if you are curious of my thoughts on where exactly this would go or what we could see, I think at the very least there is a chance of a tropical depression here just based on the initializing factors. We have very warm sea surface temperatures. Anything more, lots and lots of questions. This is definitely the type of scenario where it's sit and wait, my friends. I know that's going to be the #1 question people have for me when watching this, and it always is, and for good reason. I completely understand people want to know exactly where something would take place, but really right now it's a sit and watch. Unfortunately, by Monday and the Tuesday we could have a tropical depression move over. This is the ECMWF showing the chances of tropical depression, even showing something forming up here around the rainy season front, but it wouldn't be very tropical in nature. But maybe down here towards the south, something possible, just based on the ECMWF ensemble and the potential for development out across this area. As we look ahead, you just saw the GFS also picking up on something very similar. With that said, what is my suggestion? Well, my suggestion is it is June. The tropics have been fairly quiet as of late, considering it is June. And you just got to be ready for the potential for a storm system here. We have the convection. It's not an invest area. It's not a tropical depression, but there is something there. So I'm going to keep an eye on it. As always, though, stay safe out there. Thanks for watching. I'll have another update tomorrow. Give you guys another outlook on what to expect. All right.